Welcome back, Noble Nation, to part 2 of Anime Tier List. We're continuing with My Hero Academy, and along helping me again is my boy.
Oh, hey, what's up? Me. I'm Tommy. I'm Total Mass Destruction. What's poppin'?
Not much.
I wasn't prepared for that. Anyway,
All right,
yeah, we're
Tommy.
back with the tier list. I rearranged it. I saved it. This is recorded a week later, or less than a week later. I don't know.
Let's throw it off with a villain right off the bat. Let's go with Toga.
There's only 5 of them. Oh, okay.
And how
Toga.
I think
Sure.
Toga deserves S-Class.
You think Toga deserves S class?
Yes.
Okay, why?
Because her quirk is one of the best quirks I think there are in the show.
Transform. Her quirk grants her the ability to transform into a physical lookalike of another individual, as well as copy their voice. She can only transform into people whose blood she has ingested. The more blood she drinks, the longer she can access that person's form. She can switch between the appearances of multiple people, and she drinks more blood than one person. She can even duplicate a person's clothing. Her own clothes would overlap the transformation, requiring her to get naked beforehand. Upon deactivating the quirk and switching to another disguise, the disguise melts into a gray liquid.
No, I was talking about their fingerprints.
Yes, I don't know. It didn't say anything about that. I would,
So I
I
feel
would
like
say
if she
so. I think it would
does-
use their fingerprints because then you could just frame
She
people.
could literally break into any place with either eyeball or fingerprints of anybody she needs to.
That is true. I mean, she
for
didn't.
that-
She already did. She broke into the festival and then attacked Izukio, aka Midoriya, aka Deku, aka I was gonna call him what Bakugo called him, but
The next number
just
one
Deku.
hero, aka.
oh, I mean, yeah, you got me there. All right. Now, personally, I love Toga. All right, she's a great character. She's my favorite villain. However, I don't think her quirk would be great. It'd be great for busting in and doing stuff in real life. It'd be great because there's no quirks in real life. If you had only this quirk and you could just be other people, absolutely that would be great. I fully
yeah.
agree. But it's not S tier, like you said. I would say B, which remains her to be an A. You know, out of out of the most villains we got right here, I wouldn't consider her S. You know, I would consider a few of these people, just everyone, higher than her. But she is good, especially in real life, because I totally forgot. Yeah, you could just copy
Yeah.
and then break into anything you want, and then that's it. It's over. You win. I would say B. I don't know why we put him on A. He's not.
Oh,
great.
yeah.
He's with Dabby. I don't know about that.
No, let's lower that.
So you chose one of my favorite characters on the villain side. So I'm going to choose one of my favorite characters. There's a lot of them on the hero side, but from class 1A that isn't one of the main like original like big boy people. I'm going to pull out Denke.
Okay.
Hey, we got Denke. His power is electricity, which he controls. However, debursting it makes him slightly unable to use his motor cognitive skills because he's been electrocuted. He doesn't die from it, but he's pretty cool. I mean, he could charge your
He's
phone
getting-
in real life.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
He's getting what, PJ?
He's getting better. I mean, he doesn't really electrocute him that self unless he, 100% maxes himself out now.
He is building resistance to it.
I remember at the beginning that if you let 15%, he was done. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he can now do 30%.
I think it's something like around there. Yeah, he's shooting. I think he's being able to control the electricity rather than just dispersed it. I think before, whenever he first had it, it was just he would let out a EMP pulse of electricity. Now he's
Oh my
using
gosh.
it to zap shit.
Now he can shape his fingers kind of like a gun
Yeah,
and kind of shoot it like that.
yeah. He's learning how to control it. Which means he has potential to be S tier. He has potential to be A tier, but I'm going to say B tier because it's a good use. It's really helpful in real life because, I mean, everything is electricity. We can put Denke. Where do you want Denke to go out of all this?
I would say he's a strong C.
Strong C. Okay, you're right. I was going to put him in B, but I don't think he's there yet. I think as the show
No.
continues, he could definitely go up.
I think by the end of My Hero, I think he can probably end up being a strong A. Let's go with Sugar
So many
Rush.
choices. Oh, Diabetes Man.
Yeah.
Sato. Quirk, Sugar Rush. His quirk allows him to increase his strength by 5-fold for 3 minutes. In order to activate his quirk, he needs to consume 10 grams of sugar. When converting sugar into strength, His cognitive functions gradually drop, making him very sleepy afterwards. For every additional 10 grams of sugar he ingests, he extends the time of the increased strength by another 3 minutes. So he gets tired after he it's a sugar rush, you know. You get all jacked up on Mountain Dew, you're gonna crash.
Oh
So,
my god, could you imagine fighting a villain and then literally forgetting to ingest more sugar so you just pass out in the middle of the fight?
And then you just lay down? Oh man, that would suck.
You take a step forward, you just face plant the ground.
I would say it increases his strength by tenfold, but in real life, I can just do this. I don't need a superpower. I feel like anyone in the world can just be like, you're not going to get stronger, and it will negatively affect you more than him. I can take like a pack of Mountain Dew, and I could throw hands with the crackhead down the street named Kyle.
I would put him at C for now.
I agree. It's not a bad quirk by at all, but the sugar crash at the end is what really does it. That would suck. That would suck big boy time. You picked a girl. I picked a guy. You picked a guy. I'll pick a girl. We got the Invisible Girl. Ayo.
I like her. She's funny, but honestly, I think she should sit down in D.
I agree with D, and here's why. Invisibility is a great power. All right, you could use it for a list of things, intel, stealth, all this sorts of stuff. Yes, you have to get naked, which is downside. Like in real life, if you had the ability to be invisible, you're like, I can get naked and then I can stealth around. But then you're always like, what if I accidentally enable my quirk and now everyone sees me naked? All that. She can't. She's gone.
She can't. I was gonna say the only thing she has going for her is being a stealth hero.
Right. She's very support, and that kind of sucks because I mean, like, according to the lore of the show, everyone is normal until they hit puberty. So like this girl hit 13, and then she was just gone. Like she was real. Now she's dead. She's invisible. How bad would that suck? Like turning into a bird and all other things. Yeah, that sucks. But just being gone, not great. that would suck. But yeah, she's very support and really only has stealth going for her. So I fully agree with D. You're right.
I'm going with Frappe.
You're going with Frappe. You're going with Sue, eh? Who almost died canonally. Canonally almost died.
That is true.
Her quirk is called Frog. It allows her to do anything a frog can do, such as hopping long distance, extending her tongue to a maximum of 20 meters, sticking to walls, ejecting/washing her stomach. They did talk about that. And camouflaging herself. If she gets stronger, I bet she could be really good as a pro hero. She definitely has the potential to be there. More so than a handful of people. But it is a frog. You're a frog.
And I like the fact that she uses her tongue to give her an advantage, like to reach out and save somebody who could possibly die.
That is true. She's definitely like a savior support hero. She's not like all about, I'm going to fight that villain. It's going to be like Deku and Bakugo running into fight, and she's going to save the people that the villain like attacked. So definitely there, which is not bad. You always want that in hero courses. You know, you want to be able to save people. So where would you say she would go?
I would say probably B. Mainly for the fact that A takes, like, you have to be basically almost a good pro hero.
Since you picked one of my favorite characters, I'll pick one of your favorite characters. Let's talk Momo.
Oh yeah, Momo.
It's her quickest creation. She has the ability to take non-living material, an object, and transform it, exposing from her skin. She can take molecule structures and her fat cells. The more she eats, the more she can create. However, it takes a long period of time to make skin exposed, create larger objects. She's a 3D printer, and she needs to eat. Otherwise, she'll go slow and burns too many calories, and then she just gets very weak.
She's also good against going up against maybe like villains, like when Eraserhead was a villain. Her core comes in super handy because as long as she's making stuff, they know they have their powers, unless he shuts hers off.
Right. That is true. There's certain things, and it helps with the certain areas she's in and all that, like who she's with and all that. Momo is okay. Her quirk is creation. In real life, you can create anything.
Probably B.
B. I was thinking B or A. So I'm fine with B if you want to put B. Because the part of becoming very weak once you run out of food, you have to eat a lot. And if you're not eating a lot, then you lose it very quickly.
Alrighty, let's go with my boy, Ida.
His quirk, engine. He has car-like engines in each of his calves, giving him incredible running speed. He's the Flash.
I don't see him much in the show. When he's there, he focuses on backup and mainly saving people. Like, he's one of those heroes when you go in, he's like, I want nobody to get hurt.
He's also great at chasing people down. If the villain is running, he can always catch up to him for the most part, as long as he's not going too fast.
Yeah. That's a hard decision. Where would you put him?
I'd put him in the support class, B. I'd put him in support.
All right.
Is that where you want him?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. We have this guy, Monoma.
Hate him.
Monoma
Nope, hate him.
is very interesting. See, that's the thing. You hate him. His quirk is amazing. So with his quirk, he is allowed to copy other people's quirks that he comes into physical contact with. He's able to hold 4 quirks at the time right now, and he can hold their powers up to 10 minutes. After the limit runs out, he loses the ability to copy that quirk. However, once again he touches the user, he will get the quirk right back. He gains full access to the quirk he has copied. However, he cannot use multiple quirks at the same time. He can hold them quirks, and he can hold up to 4 as right now. So copy is a great quirk. You can literally have anyone that we've already listed quirks, as long as you come into contact with them, for 10 minutes. Now here's the thing. Here's why I say this kid, first of all, deserves A. All right? Because 10 minutes, that's not S tier. But for most part, you can get a battle over in 10 minutes. You can finish a battle in 10 minutes. So if necessary, all you need is 10 minutes. And if you have 4 quirks, like say you're working with superheroes,
if he touches all for one, can he grab 4 quirks at the same time?
That's a good question. What happens if he touches all for one? I feel like he wouldn't be able to handle the power and it would kick him out. Kind of like the same thing that happened to Deku whenever he was like, let me use that, but oh my god, and I can't control this, I'll break myself. So I feel like in the same vein like that, like I don't think they would let him. I also don't think All For One would let him get close to him. So, yeah. But I'm rooting for this kid A. Where would you put him? If he's set up with the right amount of heroes, like say he walks into like a big thing with like, just like say he was there whenever they raided to get Eerie out of the thing. He could have Miro's quirk, and he could have helped Miro whenever catch up to Bird Boy overhaul. He could have had Deku's quirk. Yes. He could have had literally everyone's quirk there. Say he walks in with Todoroki. He now has ice and fire because that counts as one quirk. The reason I say A though, PJ, because I fully agree. He is an S. He's capable of S. He's very great. However, his personality sucks.
Absolutely.
He's a douchebag.
I hate him because of his personality.
He could very easily turn into like a villain if necessary. But his quirk is overpowered. Most battles over in 10 minutes.
I forgot her name.
Her? Nejiri Hado. Her quirk grants her the ability to convert her own vitality. Vitality is energy, aka like life force if you're playing a video game. It's her own energy. She can convert her own energy into kinetic energy, like electricity and all that, and release it into a form of exponential power, spiral shockwaves. Since the energy travels in a spiral, it's not very fast. Overusing this quirk will cause her to suffer from great exhaustion due to her using her own stamina as her power source.
Ooh,
she can create shockwaves from her hands as an offensive blast, and she can release the energy from her feet to increase her mobility and allow her to fly. But Mejnari alone, still powerful. I would say above Denke, so I would personally say B or A. She's very powerful, but she runs out of stamina.
I would say A because she's also proven that she can work with almost any other hero without like working with them before. Because when they were at the giant battle,
that is true.
She worked with Gravity Girl, like perfectly. Like those two made a perfect team up.
So yeah, I fully agree with you. Yeah. A is fine with me. I'm fine with A. So my turn, huh?
Yep.
Let's get an easy boy out. We got Tail Boy. His quirk is a tail. His quirk's called Tail. His quirk has a long, powerful, sturdy tail and is incredibly adaptive at using it, having demonstrated creative abilities such as whipping it down against the ground to give himself a speed boost. They have stated it's uncomfortable to sit on it, which requires him to lay on his stomach when he sleeps and other things because it's in his way.
Okay, yeah, that part would suck.
Easy one. Next, your turn.
Alrighty, let's go with Yuri.
Eerie. Her quirk is Rewind. Eerie's quirk allows her to reverse living individuals' bodies back to previous states, allowing her to heal injuries and undo bodily modifications. She has even shown the ability to rewind someone's body back to the point before they existed. As a result of her quirk mutating her body, Eerie's blood is able to attack an individual's quirk. Oh, okay. and stop its activation, which is the drugs, which is why they're taking her blood and putting it into the bullets to reverse the
Yes.
quirk. The source of her quirk's power is located in the horn on her head. The size of the horn dictates the strength of her power. It is also an accumulation type quirk, which means she has the power to stock it up and emit it over a long period of time.
I would say she goes in C because
C.
she
Okay.
has 0 training.
Ooh,
She
you know what? Fair.
constantly loses control of her power at almost any point she tries to use it and puts everybody at risk.
She also is a great healer at short periods of time if she control it. Say Deku breaks his bones, she can revert it back 5 minutes prior, bones unbroken. So very great healer, great backpack character, kind of like
Oh, yeah.
Yoda. So she has the potential to be great, but right now she can't control it, and I fully agree with you. She deserves C.
But here's the thing, we're really narrowing it down to the best of the best. Who's going to compete for S?
Right. I was trying to get chip away at the class, that way we can get the big boys out of the way. I'm gonna pick Night Eye, I think is his name, right?
Ooh, rip.
His quirk allows him to see into another person's future from a third person's point of view, aka like a movie. In order to activate his quirk, Mira first has to touch the intended target and then make an eye contact with them. The quirk stays active for 1 hour, and once activated, it requires 24 hours before it can be activated again. While his quirk was active, Mira could see as far as years into a future's future. He saw and the future he sees is in great detail, second by second, and as always has been 100% accurate. Except for recently, so that's not true. Someone should fix that. Even when he tried to change the events he foresaw, he died not fighting someone. He died trying to save Miro and Eri and literally everyone else there. Night Eye's quirk alone, his personality makes him great. You know, he's a really cool dude. He didn't want to get too close to people because he was afraid of hurting them or getting them killed. However, his quirk, I love his quirk. If I had his quirk in real life, I absolutely would be using it. I would not be like, I don't want to see people's future. I wouldn't care.
I'd become a fortune teller.
Where are we going to put this guy?
The dead category? No.
Dead, off screen. He's over here in the graveyard. Jesus Christ.
Let's see. He's a pretty big he's back with the Commanders. He's a strategist.
That is true. Shame what happened to that guy. Anyway, so this is our updated version so far. We are now down to a little bit of the class remaining, the big boys we've been waiting for, and even the head honcho villains. So I guess without further ado, next time we're going to finish this in a part 3. You want to do 3 parts of this.
Until next time. Bye.
See ya!